for checking the video out. Steve Buzza here, and we're talking the lead wrist, so the left wrist of a right-hander, and should you get it flat at impact. And first things first, I'm going to talk about why you should. So getting that wrist flat allows you to get the shaft forward, and it lets you take some loft off of the club. That makes it easier to get contact. Plus, with the loft, you get a far better flight. So I can see why people try to do it, but if you try to do it too much, it can cause you trouble. The first problem is if you're already the person that hits the ball to the right. So I know a lot of people watching probably hit the golf ball to the right, maybe a few more times than they would like. If you try and hold it forward, it encourages the face to point right. So you're almost encouraging the thing that you despise. I hear a lot of people go, yeah, but I'm flipping. I don't like flipping. But if you're hitting the ball to the right, the flipping is probably your body and your intuition trying to work out how not to hit it right, rather than the problem. You know, you've got to find somewhere else in the swing that is causing that flip. But just by working on that wrist could cause you some trouble. And then the other one, and I actually heard this from Brian Manzella. So you've probably heard of Brian. If you haven't, he's worth a follow on social media. World-renowned coach, and he does a lot with hack motion, and he was showing the graphs that you get from hack motion. And you might not like graphs, you know, I'm not gonna pull up the graphs. There it is, there is the graph. And he talks about the flick. So you'll see there's like a tick after impact. And what he was showing, you know, we put our hand down here, we flick through. That puts a ton of speed into the club. So you see we go here, so you see that puts the strength into the club. We can hit and then we release the club. You know, by releasing the club, it's easier to get onto the ball, plus the added speed is going to be really positive to your golf. And then the other one, and sometimes, especially when it comes to the wrist, we don't realize that's what the good players do. You know, we were looking at still images and we said, oh, good players get the wrist flat. What we're starting to see when we measure is good players, yes, they prepare the wrist coming in at the downswing, but they get rid of those angles. That's what makes them great. So what I don't want people doing that are watching this video, thinking if I can hold the wrist, I'm going to be more consistent, because that is not necessarily true. Plus, even if it does make you more consistent, you might lose distance, and the loss of distance actually negatively affects your scoring. So don't be afraid to flick and hit some good golf shots. The wrists are, they're our friends. I'm a true believer that, you know, when I'm giving golf lessons, I spend more time trying to get people using them more than using them less. And again, there's people that can use them too much, but if I talk about the general population of people that I see, I want people to do more, not less. You know, that is usually what happens. So if you're struggling with your contact, you don't like the strike and the ball flight you're creating, trying to constrain the wrist probably isn't going to help you. So I get some comments down below. Are you that person that's been spending lots of time trying to get it flat, really trying to make sure the club doesn't pass? You know, by taking that away, you might play better straight away. Or give me a reason why you've been doing it, because there may be a good reason. So I'd love to hear what you've got to say. Hope to catch you soon.